And welcome to episode 20 of the Dreamhills 2 Dreamhills podcast. Cozy Corner, from strength to strength there, it seems. The kitchen's now open, so you can look at the menu there and grab some food if you want to and some snacks. And they're also going to be open in the morning now. There are going to be some updated opening times, but when they're set in place and they'll be published. There's also going to have Prosecco on draft. Now, there are quite a few people I know that will be happy to be able to have Prosecco on draft. Slightly different because normally it comes from the bottle. But yeah, well done to the Cozy Corner. Well done for everybody involved there. It's really good and nice to see that it's going from strength to strength there. So well done to everyone. Do you like motorbikes? Well, on July the 22nd, there's going to be the Motorbike Club, Los Raspos and Big Astro Town Hall. They're going to be organising the municipality's third annual Motor Merzo. As with previous editions, it will be attended by different motorbike clubs from all over the province. The day will start with a ride out around the streets of the municipality. Then the bikers will gather near the Huerto del Cura Park. The participants and residents and visitors as well will be able to enjoy the atmosphere with biker memorabilia, raffles, live music, dancers and prizes serving as a warm-up for the upcoming local fiestas. If you'd like to go there, then a ticket including barbecue, 2 drinks and a snack with just €6. I don't know whether there's any bikers around the area in Dreamhills, but if you'd like to go to that is possible, as I say, on July the 22nd. Beer, beer and more beer. It means it's the beer festival time. That's going to be in San Pedro del Pinatar. It's not only for beer lovers. They can enjoy the unique event. Also lovers of any food, fun and frivolity. They're also guaranteed a good time. San Pedro del Pinatar is going to play a host to the Mar Menor Beer Fest. And that's going to be from the 26th to the 29th of July. And it's located in a specially prepared exhibition area. From 7 in the evening until midnight, there'll be around 40 different types of beer on offer, as well as food truck, music and live entertainment. Plus, the best part of it all, the event is free to attend, although you do have to take your beer money with you. A whole schedule of events has been arranged throughout the weekend, marking this as now being a recurring event sent to become a stable part of life in the Murcia Fiesta calendar. If you'd like to go there, then any more information, you can check out the Facebook event page, Mar Menor Beer Fest, or pop into the tourist information office down there. So some people do like that sort of thing, go and enjoy a few different beers. Some astronomy news really. If you like to go and watch any shooting stars or anything, then the Natural Park of La Mata is a location known for its natural beauty, but it's also where there is no light pollution. Plus, if that's not enough, you can also help those in need at the same time at this event. It's in collaboration with the Proyecto Maestral and Astro NGO. The La Mata Natural Park will be the location of a nocturnal activity called Estrellas Solidarias. It's a unique event where the focus leaves the beauty of the natural land and heads skyward to the light that has travelled millions of miles. The guided walk begins at the Visitors Centre at La Mata Natural Park, and this is going to be at 8 p.m. on August the 12th this year. Here the group will meet, perhaps enjoying a sandwich or two, which you are welcome to bring along, before the action begins at around 11 p.m, and as telescopes point to the sky and reveal the delights from the barely known. Then on to the solidarity part of the event. It's as well as having an evening fun of education, you're also invited to help those in need. Once again, the participants are asked to bring some non-perishable food. It's a great event, an opportunity to help and to observe the Tears of San Lorenzo, which will be shooting stars in a very special environment. As I say, 8 p.m. on August the 12th, if you'd like to go in and see that at all. Airport price war might be happening. When the Corvera airport opens, the fees for any of the airlines using the new airport will be 39% lower than at Alicante Elche Airport. and that's according to the state-run airport company AENA. The decision was taken last Thursday by AENA's board of directors. Their aim is to encourage airlines, particularly budget operators, to use Corvair. Now, if this happens, as we know, we still don't know when the actual opening date is going to be for Corvair. But if the landing charges are going to be 39% lower than at Alicante, then the actual cost for flying into Corvair Airport may be substantially cheaper than going into Alicante. With flights going in there from March, they're, as I say, 39% cheaper for the actual fees being charged to the airlines may make that substantially cheaper than going to Alicante. Well, we'll see on that one. Now, less than a month ago, it was announced that there was going to be a long-awaited high-speed train between Alicante and Murcia. Well, now that's going to be delayed again, but it was going to be hopefully up and running at the beginning of 2019. But by now, it's going to be by the second half of 2020. This is due to the tunnel having to be built through Murcia for this high-speed railway to go through. They were going to use a temporary rail track for doing this, but now they've decided no, it's going to be have to be a tunnel built first. So that's now going to be delayed, as I say, until the second half of 2020. Doesn't bode well, but as we know, it does move rather slowly in Spain. So let's see. Coastal property prices, believe it or not, they're actually on the up in the area. The house prices have risen during the last year in 71% of Spain's coastal municipalities. The report that the Vivienda Encuesta 2018, which is the coastal property analysis, it says that the highest prices in average have gone up in Santiago de Galicia, Sola in Mallorca and Lanzarote. It also noted that 21 coastal municipalities had registered rises of 10%, with Orihuela in 6th place with a 16.7% increase on prices, and Calpe, which is plus 16.5%. The highest property prices are found in Ibiza, in Sitges, Calvia, but however, according to the people that did this report, prices are going to sort of stabilise. So let's see about that. It's quite surprising that they're on the up, as there's loads and loads of building going on. So let's see what happens there anyway. No news yet on the beach bars. We were expecting to hear some news about those by the end of this week for this week's podcast. But unfortunately, still no news has been picked up or spoken about by anybody. Hopefully it will be by the end of next week that they have actually got them open. But as I say, no news yet. So it may actually be delayed for another week or so. I'll keep abreast of it and post as soon as I can get any information whatsoever. But at least there are going to be some chairs for the people with mobility problems. There's been 5 amphibian chairs which have been purchased by the Orihuela Town Hall. And this is to allow the people that have reduced mobility to be able to go down to the actual sea itself, as at present they can't do because it's very difficult for them to get down to, obviously. So some chairs have been provided now, and additionally wider wooden walkways have also been purchased to improve transit on the sands. So well done on that side, but yeah, let's get these beach bars back open, please. It's been too long now, it really has. The dog beaches in Torrevieja. There's been arguments and demonstrations. They continue over the 2 dog beaches which have been set up in Torrevieja. It's all noticed that it's been busy with bathers and their pets, and 2 local police officers were looking on. However, following the departure of the officers, heated discussions erupted between the dog owners and people opposed to the change in policy. Demonstrations in favour and against have also taken place at the beaches this week. With feelings running high, political party Ciudadana Torrevieja called for the Coalition Council to take action against the saboteurs. They say that it's shameful behaviour and we're calling for measures to prevent this happening, he said. We cannot allow people to sabotage a right which has been established in local bylaw. He said anyone who is guilty of making threats should be fined. The dog beaches at Punta Margala and Cala del Malpaso, to the south of La Mata, were opened last week, with signposts installed to mark off the areas where people can take their pets, with extra bins for depositing the dog poo. It's no other way to say that, really. The Councillor for Beaches, Javier Manzarez, said he was happy that at last residents have places where they can legally take their dog for a swim in the sea. The Coalition Council is attempting to mitigate the shortage of local police officers by taking on 20 temporary officers for the summer. I'm still not sure about this, really. I don't mind the dogs going on the beaches. It's marked off, so there's no real need for people with the dogs and the bathers being in the same area. If it's closed off and signed off and stuff like that, I don't see any real problem with it. Some people do. It's not much we can do about it. Not much anybody can do about it if it's been passed in the local bylaws. So let's see how that goes and carries on, shall we? There's a red alert for forest fires, and that's on from Monday, basically. The risk level is still classed as extreme for the north of Alicante, but had been lowered to high for the south of the province. So Director for Emergencies, Jose Mario Angel, called for residents and the tourists to take as much care as possible during the very high risk of fires in the countryside. There was a talk, and this is a little bit disappointing really, but there was a talk to inform people in the urbanisations close to the countryside about basic protection measures for their homes, and this was held on Wednesday in the San Miguel de Salinas Town Hall. It was aimed at the residents in the areas such as the Eagle's Nest, Las Filipinas, Ciudad de las Comunicaciones, and even in Orihuela Costa and Pinar de Campo Verde, but only 7 people attended. This is a little bit concerning because we all know that forest fires can be quite devastating and quite dangerous. We've had quite a few here in the UK, which have been threatening, some places, especially up in the north of the UK. So, please take care. Try not to, be silly and do things that you shouldn't be doing. Just be aware that it is very, very dry out there. As in the UK, it is still very, very dry as well. The council, they're going to cancel the sports centre contract. Now, the town hall, they're going to cancel it because there's been several irregularities. And it said that the company bid included building a gym and a fitness studio, which should have been inaugurated in 2014, but it still hasn't been done. So the council is now waiting for a report from the Regional Contracts Board before taking action, and it's likely to be after the summer. They'll then decide whether it will be put out to tender again. So nevertheless, the fees will be reduced as soon as the contract is cancelled to match what residents pay in the city. He said the council was paying almost €20,000 a month to the company for the service in Orihuela Costa to compensate the alleged difference between income and expenditure. The irregularities were revealed in June by the Camalos Orihuela party, which asked the council to terminate the contract and manage it directly. Now, I don't use anything in the sports centre there. I don't know anybody who actually does either. But, as per usual in Spain, irregularities are everywhere once a contract has been signed. It doesn't seem to sort of change really, does it? Xenia Boulevard, they're going to have a village fair. That's going to be on July the 28th. There's going to be free fun, food and prizes. Orihuela Costa does not have much in the way of fiestas. So fortunately, Senya Boulevard Commercial Centre has organised one every summer for the past 3 years now. The Fiesta de Pueblo is on Saturday, July 28th, and is packed with all the activities and entertainment for the whole family that one might expect at such a celebration, and more besides. There will be live music, free food and drink, entertainers, activities for children, including splashing around in the fountains, and fun games for everyone to join in with, plus special offers and prizes to be won. The retro-style hippie market vans will also be returning to offer shoppers some unique souvenirs. It starts, as does any self-respecting Spanish fiesta, with the official announcement and a musical band that will parade around the streets at 11 o'clock and then again at midday. The only rain forecast for the weekend is money, because at 11:30 precisely, over 1,000 flyers will be released from the rooftops between Cal del Mediterranean and Azahar. They will include 15 vouchers worth €50, 50 vouchers worth €20, and 1,000 tickets to enter a draw to win €500 worth of shopping, which will be held at 11 o'clock. The fiesta is comparable with its clubs, and who will open their stalls at 11:15. If you thought there was no such thing as a free lunch, think again. At 1400 hours, there will be a paella by the Mar Menor entrance, and a giant pizza at the Armengela entrance, both with entertainment and free soft drinks and beers as well. The fun continues with games for children at 4 o'clock and traditional games for all ages, such as the classic sack race, and that's going to be at 6 o'clock in the evening. If all this sounds thirsty, then Via Nature juices from Murcia will be offering free samples, and from 6 o'clock till 10 o'clock near the Plaza Mayor entrance, there's going to be an El Estone del Murcia, which will be giving away top quality products, including potatoes, wine, etc. The climax of the fiesta will be a concert by the one and only King Africa. Now, I'm a bit old, I don't even know who King Africa is. Some people may do. He's going to be the unmistakable voice of Alan Duffy, who's from Argentina, but actually of British descent. His version of La Bomba has been getting parties started all over the world. So, July 28th, nice little fiesta there, down in Xenia Boulevard, free fun, food and prizes. A little bit of a smelly story here. During the summer, I don't know whether you noticed it, but there can be quite a bit of a stench around the area. And this is because the treatment station at Orihuela Costa can't really cope with the influx of all the people coming in on their holidays and everything else that happens around the area. So more than €6.6 million has been earmarked. This is to build a pipeline from the sewage treatment station at Orihuela Costa to the plants in Torrevieja and Pilar. And they're going to be put out to tender and supervised by the regional government. And the facility will be run by the company EPSA. It incorporates improvements to the existing pumping stations. It says that the plant exists, according to the regional authorities, the plant doesn't have enough capacity to treat sewage from all the new properties which are being built. He claimed that it is also being carried out with upcoming local elections in mind. As per usual, local elections, let's do what we can to get the votes. Whether it does happen or not, well, we don't know, but let's see. Well, that's about it really for this week. As I said, I'll keep track of the beach bars news and see whether or not they do get opened for the end of the month. Hopefully they will do, but we all know the council does move very slowly, so let's see what happens. Once again, thank you for listening, and I'll see you all next week. Bye bye.